Hello everyone, welcome to another reading from me. My name is Rebecca, and we are doing another pick a card general reading. And this one is going to be different than any other that I've done before, but I really enjoyed it. I've already done the readings. I'm filming this last like I usually do, and it was really nice. I liked this kind of reading. You can let me know if you liked it as well, and I might do more similar ones in the future. Or if you have any suggestions for readings, like I'll definitely take those into consideration because sometimes I don't know what I should do. But the reading today is about how you are perceived by others versus who you are in reality. And also about your hidden talents and abilities that maybe need a little recognition on your part, either with yourself or from other people that, maybe isn't appreciated. So, we've got 3 groups here, Group 1, Group 2, and Group 3. And since I have done these readings already, I picked these cards for specific reasons. They are significant in each group, so you can let the card be a reason you pick a group, or it can be the gems or the number or whatever else you use. But I just want to let you know that those decks are significant for your readings as well. But we've got Group 1, which has this red gemstone. If it'll focus. There we go. This red gemstone. Oh my gosh. I don't know what kind of anything these are because they were just in like a little box I had that just said tumbled gemstones. And they were all really pretty, so I picked some. But yeah, that's for Group 1. Group 2 has this card here, the butterflies and the flowers, and has this gemstone. Focus. Yeah, there you go. It's mostly clear, but it's got some little bits of other colors in there as well. So that's Group 2. And then Group 3, you probably can't even see it because it matches the cards so well here. So you've got this deck you could pick from for Group 3, or we've got this gemstone, which is purpley and black, kind of speckled gem. Matches these cards very well, ironically. Yeah, so Group 1, 2, or 3, you can pick whichever you like. The times, as always, will be in the description box. You can jump to. Group 2 did have a song that I will link a video for right next to your time. So if you want to look at that, you are more than welcome to. And yeah, so we will get into the readings, and we're going to start with group number 1. Hello, Group 1. You are here for the reading if you chose this little red gemstone. I'm not really sure what kind of it is, but it's pretty. No, I will put this somewhere up here. I'll probably move it around as I do. So, you are here for this reading, which is going to be... It took me a while to come up with it because my brain didn't want to come out with the words. I had the idea, I knew what I wanted, but it's hard to describe it. It's just like, this reading is going to be, for one, how other people see you, how you're perceived by other people, like how you come off to them, assumptions people make about you. And then it's going to be who you are, who you actually are, like going deeper into it. Maybe some things you hide from other people, but this is like the true you. And with that, I'm going to kind of be looking and asking for like hidden talents or hidden strengths of yours that I will also talk about when I see them, because that is also the point of this. I wanted a reading that was positive, or more on the positive side, where I'm telling you good things and things about yourself that you probably know, but maybe it's nice to have people confirm it for you, or, you know, let you know that maybe you think it's all gone, but it's not. And, you know, maybe you don't see it as a strength or one of your best features or something, but yeah, just going to try to highlight some of those good things that are the real you inside that maybe others don't always perceive for whatever reason, and then we'll kind of go from there. We'll see what happens here. So I've got a couple tarot decks and a few oracle decks, and the first thing I'm going to do here with this first tarot deck is see how other people see you. Group 1. How do other people see you? What do they assume about you? What do they notice? Who would they say you are when they may not know you well or at all? One card. I'm going to grab a few. Group 1. Group 1. How did other people see you? Oh, okay. Had a card flip, but I was told no. Okay. How do they perceive group 1? What's the surface level? Group 1. Yeek. Just want one more card for this deck. One more. How is group 1 perceived by others? Okay. Alright. Okay, interesting. So, for your first deck, this is how other people perceive you, or kind of like the surface level of you, you know. First card we got for you is the Page of Cups. A good spot, kinda, okay. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. So I feel like just from those, people perceive you to be very young. Maybe younger than you are. Maybe you are somebody who looks much younger than your years, or people just assume that about you and you just don't worry about correcting them. The next card we have is the Magician. And we have the Three of Wands. Okay, so from what I'm seeing, because I just imagined if it was like, if I was just looking at these cards and somebody asked me, who is this person? You know, you obviously don't know anything about them. Who would you see here? And it's just, I see somebody that is very young, or, you know, young in spirit at least, if not, you know, age exactly, young in appearance, that has a lot of hope, has a lot of happiness, a lot of ambitions, and is very I want to say skilled, but that's not the word I'm looking for the Magician with it. Somebody who seems to be very good at most things that they do. Whether that's true or not, it's a magician, it could be an illusion, but the show of it is there, of being real good at it. You're good at everything, you're ready to go, you're just youthful energy of excited and happy and just so glad to be here kind of thing. And, with the Page of Pentacles is where I'm getting the, like, ambition, and with that to-do list on there and everything, it seems like you have a lot of things you want to do, a lot of places you want to go, and you always say you have all the ability to do it, and you're young, so you have all the time in the world. And then with the Three of Wands, it's like, with that card, for me usually, I see that as the beginning of a journey. You're like, you've just started something and you're going towards it, and it's exciting and new, and the giraffe's got the wands in their tail, holding them, getting ready to go, and follow the rainbow to their next step of their journey that started with the two. Kitty. My cat loves this cloth, so she's probably going to be sitting on it all the time. Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing, and I feel like that is how other people perceive you. They see you as young and ambitious and excited and skilled and just like on the beginning of your journey on an adventure, and you're just bounding out there ready to go. That's what I'm getting from all of that. Now I'm going to start shuffling up your next tarot deck, which is going to be the real you. What's the matter, kitty? It's going to be the you that... Jesus. Okay, well, the you that is deep in there, and, who is underneath the appearance. Kitty. Oh, okay. That's funny. Okay, so the first card is Temperance. Careful, sweetie. And then we have the Two of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Four of Wands. So, what made me laugh about that is that the top part is the 3, but then you have the 2 and the 4 of Wands right here. So, you are definitely embarking on something that hasn't been going on too long. But with this Knight of Swords here, who is, this whole thing is talking about you, but with it being a knight, you are older or more mature than what people assume from you, or maybe of what your behavior would think you to be. You are more mature than that. And with it being swords, we had cups and pentacles up, for what people see, but swords is who you really are. And the Knight of Swords is very to the point, and with it being a knight is very aggressive is not the right word. Very driven to go forward and do, which was also what was perceived for you. So I think people see you a little more youthful or naive maybe than you actually are, and maybe that's for a reason, you know, or maybe they just underestimate you because they don't know you, and you're just have that kind of personality that is loud or bombastic, and you just come off as a lot younger and maybe less serious than people think you are, which could be that magician playing in. Maybe you are just kind of putting an illusion because you're already in the 4 of Wands. People think you're only on 3. So I think you are farther in your process or progress of what you want than other people see from you. And you keep it to yourself because you don't need to brag about it. And you're not worried about that. You are just trying to keep moving forward. And then we have Temperance over here, which tells me that you are much more balanced and controlled than other people think of you. You're a lot more of that than you let on. And again, probably for a reason. I feel like that Magician card right above the Knight of Swords is making me feel like you know what you're doing. I mean, you could also just have that personality. Like I said, that's also a thing. Where you just seem like you're a lot more chill about stuff, and you're there to have a good time. They're working, you know, you got stuff to do, but it's like whatever, and you're just, woo! But in your head, you're like, you know, I gotta do this to get this, and then this, so I gotta make sure I stay on this track and do this. And yeah. Okay. Like, I feel like for some of you that maybe you're in some kind of like sales or corporate type of positions, or in areas like that, where you kind of have to be the charismatic person who maybe is a little more happy all the time, or talkative and interactive and fun. Because when you have a salesperson, you know, if you're trying to buy something, you probably don't always want the salesperson that's sitting quietly off to the side and not paying attention as much as the one who's walking around talking to people and laughing and, you know, openly trying to make some kind of connection with you as a person. So yeah, that might mean something to some of you. Maybe you're in some kind of sales or retail or corporate where you have to kind of do that schmoozing to get sales or like promotions or whatever, you know, what have you, with all that. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so we will start getting into your oracle decks now to see. It's going to be like, you know, who you are still, but also like tying into that being talents you have, hidden talents that maybe isn't apparent to a lot of people, or maybe even to you. Doesn't feel like a huge strength or talent for you. It's just like, yeah, I do that, but like, what does it matter? Okay, one of these. We have one more from this deck. Hidden talents for group 1. Group 1. Okay. I feel like I know what that card. I haven't seen that card yet, but I got you. Okay. Okay, your 2 oracle cards from this first deck is number 13 on here is Voice of an Angel. So you could be, or some of you could be very musically inclined. Maybe you play the guitar, or you sing, or you do something related to music. And then the other card from this deck, you have number 39, which is a multiple of 13. And play your hand. So I haven't seen that card yet, but when I saw that, it made me think of what I was saying about being in sales or something. Maybe you are very skilled at getting sales or getting clients, to come back to you, or like to maybe up what they're buying to get, more of a sale from them. I think you're really good at playing your hand, being this to its greatest benefit, and that's why you have the Magician, because I think you're good at doing that. So for this card, I'm looking in the book. So it says the Oracle of Play Your Hand is a request from the universe to do what you can do so the universe can help you. The universe is saying, help me to help you. You have to take the first step, then all manner of support will come into play. It's not a time for dreaming only, it's a time for doing. Even if it's just taking one step in the direction of your dreams, do it. Go for it. With gusto. You do not have to hide yourself or your plans for fear that another may judge or ridicule. There are times to be discreet and times to show your hand. Let your intentions be known. You're capable of playing a bold and fearless game of chance. Your confidence and willingness to be open are your keys to winning the game. So game on, sweet soul. Show your cards. Let the dice roll. Okay. I do think what I said before was also true for at least some of you. But, that could also be related to this fact that I think you're a little farther in what you plan to do with, feels career related. It doesn't have to be, but just whatever ambitions you have and lists you're making up there to progress you farther and farther down whatever it is that you want, whatever hand you're trying to play. I think for you to maybe take another big jump, you need to maybe be a little more open about it. Like, maybe you would be scared that somebody else is going to try to take it from you if you do that. But I feel like you've been wherever you are long enough that that's not going to be as big a problem as you might think. And with this being like a talent, I think a talent you have with, which tying into the salesperson thing, I think you're just really good at charisma, or like people person, like you're a people person for sure, who is very good at being whoever is going to work best for this customer or this client or coworker, boss, every person you interact with. I think you're very good at talking to people and relating to people and just being the best person for them and whatever they need. And it doesn't even have to be work related, just in general in your life. And then with the Voice of an Angel. So this card is also, the main message of that card is having something to say, having a message, and that you need to not play it safe and hold back, like playing your hand out. So these two are complementing each other, but with it being the talents one, and what I first got out of this is just, I also think you just have a hidden music talent that people probably don't know about. Or at least not many people. Like maybe you played guitar growing up, or like a lot of time in your free time before, and you don't do it as much now, but you still have that ability and talent, and it's just a nice outlet for you, or you sing as well, or just some sort of musical talents is also something I'm getting out of that. Let me start looking at some other cards, see what else we got hiding. Group 1. What hidden talents for Group 1? Some hidden talents for Group 1. Okay. Your card for this Oracle deck is Apple. It says Risk and Reward. Which is gonna go perfectly between those two. I'm gonna just one little step forward. There we go. Risk and Reward is what this card especially is kind of about. And I think you are very good at that too. I think that is a talent. It is a talent. It is a talent to know when the right time to play your hand is, or like what to take a risk on to get maximum reward. I think that is also something you're good at. And with these cards and dice in here, maybe you're good at gambling. You know, maybe you're very lucky. Maybe you buy a lottery ticket every, few months or something, or like a scratch off, kind, and you win like 20 or 30 bucks, and you're like, oh wow, cool. And like other people try that all the time and never get anything. I think with things like that, I think you are very lucky, and you're just very smart at knowing when to do this, when to play your hand, when to show your cards, when to take the jump, take the risk to get maximum reward. And, when to not do that, when it's not worth it. I think that's another talent there for you. Let's see. What? Okay. So I just got one more Oracle deck for you then. I had a few more pulled, but I'm feeling like this is the last one that's going to have anything for you. So, shuffle up your last Oracle card here. Take that many. It's like one, maybe two cards. Group 1. Their hidden talents. What are they really good at that people don't know? Okay. So I got the last two cards here. First one is the Thinker, Father of Knowledge, and it says knowledge, instruction, and reinvention. Put that right here, actually. And then we have Sharon. I want to say like Sharon, the Ferryman. Necessity, focus, and transition. So with the Thinker, it seems obvious for me that that's just playing more into this risk and reward card, where it's just you're very smart. I think you have a very strategic mind, and with being the Knight of Swords, I guess you would. I think you are very intelligent, and you're very calculating in your decisions, in your movements, in your interactions, in everything you do. I think you know exactly why you're taking every step you take and where it should lead you, because you know very well how other people will react, is how I'm seeing it now. Like, I think you are one of those people who can just read other people and read every situation just very quickly and very detailed, and know exactly what you would be doing with every step you take, which is awesome. I love that. So this card, my camera battery's flashing, hope I can get it out before. Ferryman of the Dead. Charon eternally delivers his charges from one side of the river, sticks to the other, unwavering in his devotion. He is unmoved by pleas or petitions, leaving judgments and pronouncements of innocence or guilt to others. His fury represent a necessary passage in a journey, the transition from one stage to another. No moral or ethical value attached to the change. It's a necessary step for good, ill, or neither, and it is left to us to find meaning in its completion. So I think that's like what I was just saying with I think that's how you work. It's like you're not doing anything to hurt or super help anyone else. Like when you're taking your steps in your journey and in your movement forward, you're very calculated about what you're doing and why, and you know, that's all it is. It's not coming from any malice or any altruistic thing either. It's just you doing what needs to be done to move forward, because that's how it works for you. And I'm not going to look at what the thinker card says, because I understand that one. That's what I just talked about for you. So that is what I got for you, Group 1. I hope that resonated with you. You can let me know in the comments. If you liked it as well, you can subscribe to see any more readings from me in the future. And hopefully I will see you in another reading. So, bye. Hello, Group 2. You are here if you picked this mostly clear little gemstone here. And it doesn't really show up on camera, but it is also sparkly. Those little bits inside are real sparkly. Okay, so you are here for this reading, which is about, how other people perceive you versus what is true, what's really under there, who you really are, plus the hidden talents that you have. Just some positive things that I wanted to do a reading about, to just tell you about things that you're good at, things that other people probably don't see that you're good at or don't know about, or things that maybe just you personally don't think would qualify as a hidden talent or something to be that like proud of. You know, I'm just trying to give you some positive stuff today. So first thing we're going to look at with this first tarot deck is how other people see you. This is what other people would say you're all about if asked by someone else. And these are people who don't know you, you know, super well. Like, I mean, it could be like coworkers or friends, but not like close family or close friends, like people who would know you a lot deeper, you know. This is like surface level, first appearance type of things. Like, this is what people would assume about you that may not be completely accurate. Alright, so got first tarot deck here. Alright, so for your first tarot deck, first card I've got is the World. And we have the Nine of Wands. And we have the Page of Cups. And we have Strength. Alright, so just like the previous group, it seems like, and I'm only taking this because the Page of Cups is right here, it seems like you come off much younger than you probably are, or like more naive or innocent than you are. You know, you have a very childlike first impression, but I'm not feeling it as strongly as the last group because of a couple of the other cards in it, but I think people do assume that you are younger, or it could be also that you are just very emotional, like you feel things strongly and express them very openly, which to some people can indicate youth or, you know, just being a kid. You know, oh, look at them throwing a fit over something, or, you know, crying that much, or laughing at anything somebody says, like, oh, they must just be a silly kid. Like, being serious equals, like, older to some people, so that could also be part of it. And I think that's a little more of what it is for you. Because the reason I do say that it, sorry, I got lost reading that for a second. I was looking at the Nine of Wands. People don't think that you are just a small baby. Like, I think they just think you're maybe a little immature because of how strongly you feel things or express them. But they also see how much you have done. Like, with strength here and the Nine of Wands, which the Nine of Wands is like, it's, with that card especially, it shows it was saying like the hands in here, the fingers are blackened from the fire, and with it being a 9, you know, close to being the 10 of Wands being done with this, you know, cycle, the completion of it, it's that all that effort, like, you've already put in, done so much, and you're sitting there and your fingers are now burning off in the fire, but you have to keep holding on because you're almost there. And I think people see you as somebody who has put in a lot of work. They've put in a lot of struggle and beaten through a lot, been very strong, and the world is there too. So I think people do respect you. I think they see you as somebody who has achieved a lot, like that, or that has a lot. Because you have gone through so much other stuff and you've risen through it and, you know, beaten it. You're still always working though. It's just like burning your hands off in the effort to get everything done, because I think you are very strong-willed, strong feeling, strong expressing. You're just a lot of emotion, a lot of drive, a lot of will, and I think that's what a lot of people see. But I think people see more of this and this from you when they've known you a little bit longer. I think the very initial, like, surface level that most people, when they glance at you or, you know, meet you for a day, are like, oh, they're just this kid who has more than they probably deserve. Look at them just being silly at work or being silly with their money or their lives, when they don't know what you've been through. And some people do, and this is still like how you're perceived. Like, they see you as the strength card, as the hard work and just willing to do anything to get through what you're doing and to get, like, what you want, basically. So I'm going to start shuffling your next tarot deck for what's underneath that. What's the you? Oh my gosh, that's too many. Who's the you that is there when nobody else is around? Who's there when you go home, you know, when no eyes are looking at you, nobody's expecting anything of you at that particular moment? Who you are deep down, that people only get to know when they've been around you for a long time. Group 2. Group 2, who are they? Okay. Okay. So, first card of this tarot, we have the Seven of Skulls, which is like the Seven of Pentacles. And we have the Daughter of Skulls, so like Page of Pentacles. So you probably are young. Or like, you know, young for all the experiences that you've gone through is what I kind of heard. For everything, like you've lived the life of somebody much older than you. You've gone through a lot more than people your age typically do, is what I'm getting. And then we have the Death card. And we have the Magician. So you are strong, group 2. That is very, like, for sure. I think, though, since you basically have 2 pages, you are young in years. And so you probably do, you know, all these feelings that you're having and expressing aren't fake or anything. But I think the Page of Cups that people see is only when you're at your worst. Or you're like super best, you know, when you're like just dying laughing because you were happening to be in a great mood that day. Or they see you at your worst when maybe you're just had so much that you're on the edge to snap. So they don't see all of it, you know, they're seeing only these heightened moments from you, and they judge you on that. Because with this being the Daughter of Skulls, I think the real you, is much more grounded than that. And you have the World card up there too, so I think you are very grounded. And I hear that you had to be. You had to be grounded, because you wouldn't have gotten through this without it. You get your strength from being grounded, from being present, is what I'm hearing. We've got the Seven of Skulls here, the Seven of Pentacles, so I think you are somebody who is very aware of what you have, and you contemplate everything you've been through and what you need to go through often. With this Death card, it's showing transformation and change for you is something that you've gone through a lot, I think. And that's why you are this inside. You're very more, like, much more grounded and equaled out, calmer, when you're able to be away from the things you need to struggle for or with, which I guess, you know, would make sense. But you're able to be both of these. You know, you are the strength and the Nine of Wands to get what you need to get, because I think you've always had to, like, scrape and work for everything that you have, and you have a good foundation because of all of that. So when you're home and you're alone, you can finally just, like, relax and just enjoy it and remember and realize that, you know, you worked for this, you earned this, you got all of this. And you don't really need to care what other people think. You know, if you were maybe a little more aggressive at work than you needed to be, or you didn't take something as seriously as you should have, when other people looked at you like, what's wrong with you? You're just like, look, man, I know what's important, and it doesn't matter, you know. And this Magician card here, I think, is just, it, for me, it ties in with the Death card and letting me know that you can be calm on your own because you're able to be this other person when you need to be. You don't have to be the strength card when you're on your own. You're able to just be you and be grounded and enjoy your winnings. Okay, so now I'm going to be looking at some oracle cards to get into more of your hidden talents and abilities, positive things for you that maybe you don't recognize or that other people don't recognize as good and important things. Hidden talents, or group hidden talents and abilities. What are they good at? What are they good at they don't know about? That nobody knows about? One more. This deck is good at these. Give me one more. Group. Okay. So, group 2. Okay, group 2. First card of this deck, we have number 2, Out of Darkness. And then we have number 21, Red Countess. So, for the Out of Darkness card, I know that is about a message of how the darkness, I mean, just like it says, out of darkness. You will be coming out of the darkness very soon, is the message of that card. It's like this is not your forever place. As much as it might feel that way, it's about to become better. It's going to be lighter. And something new is going to be sprouting up in your life. So that could just be a message for you to know, because the talent I can draw out of that, or your hidden, like a hidden ability with that, is something that I would believe that at least some of you in this group would have, is that you do not let the darkness drown you. No matter what happens, you can always see the light that will lead you out of the darkness. Or even if you don't see it all the time, you are very good at finding it. And that's why you have the strength card. That's why people see the strength from you. Because it takes a lot of strength to do that. Especially frequently. So I think that is a talent you have for sure. That you probably don't recognize as one. But your ability to not give up or give in and to keep going forward out of the darkness, no matter what happens. That's definitely something you've got. So with the Red Countess, the Red Countess card is a card about trusting your instincts and trusting yourself, basically, more than anyone else. Like, other people might be trying to tell you otherwise about some kind of a certain situation, but you know the truth. You know what's going to happen or what is real. I think that's another thing, and it feels related to the Out of Darkness too for me. I think you are very good at detecting reality and detecting truth and not letting anyone bullshit you, I think. And again, that is a talent. You may not think so, and other people may not think so, but I do. I think it's a talent to know, what's real, what's not, like, as far as what people tell you, like, what's truth and lies, or not being deceived by things that other people try to tell you or try to make you choke down. Like, you're just like, no, that's not real, and I'm not going to believe you about it. And I think that is how you keep yourself coming out of that darkness. I'll get some more for you. Hidden talents for group 2. And also, it may not be significant, but I noticed it. That Red Countess has got birds on her, and Page of Cups are bird eggs. I don't know, birds might be significant for you. It just stuck out to me for some reason, so just thought I'd mention it. Here came all the cards. Okay, we'll take those two. So this deck, we have number 5 of this, which is Stars. You can manifest your every wish. Yes. Number 21, Clover. Release your guilt. So Stars. So you can manifest your every wish. So that's probably a talent you have as well, is that you're very strong at manifesting. You might be thinking about something for a while and be like, oh, I wish I could have this in my life. I'd really like to. And then maybe pretty soon after that, it comes in and you're like, oh, wow, cool. How did that happen? I think manifestation is something you're very strong in, which might be a reason why you have so many things at the age you do, if you've been able to manifest them into your life so easily. And then Clover, release your guilt. I think with that one, always so serious. I was trying to keep some of this light-hearted with all of the readings, but I think with this card, what I'm getting, and especially with the song that just came on, which I guess I'll recommend, it's always group 2, I feel like, that gets songs from me, that just came on, that looking at the Clover card makes me want to cry. The song I will link down below is Carry You from Ruel and Fleury. I don't know how to say her name exactly, sorry. I will link that down there. It's a great song, very sad, but also positive. It's a good song. But with Clover, I feel like you are very, very good at helping other people. You're very good at helping other people, especially if they've been through similar things to you. Like, I'm getting a counselor type of feeling from you. And not like, it doesn't have to be in a professional capacity, but just like, you are the friend that people go to when they need help, and you're always able and willing to give them any advice that they need, and genuinely help them and genuinely care about them. And you feel like the kind of person that, I'm gonna cry, I'm so sorry. you feel like the kind of person that if a friend said, I don't know what I'm gonna do, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do from here, like, or they have nowhere to go, maybe they got, like, kicked out of their home, and don't have anything, I feel like you're the person that says, dude, like, live with me for, you know, however long you need, stay with me, I will help you get anything you need back, I will help you get on with your life, like, I'll help you, like, I'm here for you, or you're the friend who would do anything, and drop anything to help anyone who needed it. And, that's why this song is killing me right now, too, because it's just, I don't know, I'm seeing that in that picture, I'm, like, hearing that kind of conversation between a couple people where it's just like either a situation like that where they've been kicked out or like abandoned, or maybe when a friend of yours or just someone you know that maybe was dealing with something real dark and they were like, I don't see a way forward out of this. I don't think I can do this anymore. I feel like you're the kind of person who knows exactly how to help them and how to pull them back from that. And being able to do that is a great talent and gift, and isn't something that a lot of people are strong enough for. Like, people would want to, I know I want to all the time, but, you know, people have their own issues that if they can't deal with that, sometimes they're not strong enough. They're not strong enough to help others, too, because if they do that, it'll destroy them. And I feel like you are one of those people who are definitely strong enough for that. I got your next oracle card through all that. And with this one we have She Who Instigates, Regina. Leadership, provocation, and power. I can't read anymore. She Who Instigates. So, that card, I'm feeling a lot more of this. For some reason, this girl and this girl feel like the same person to me. I don't know why, but I think that leadership, provocation, and power. Yeah, like you've been through some shit, I think, group 2. I'll just say that. And you are the kind of person that was able to come out of that with the fight, you know. You're able to come out of it with strength and power and the ability to say never again, you know. You will not do this to me again. You will not do it to anyone else. Like, you feel like the kind of person that is just like, if you see someone being wronged, you are going to step in the path of it and say, don't you dare. You're like, you can take the hit, you know, and they can't. Like, sometimes that can be a detriment, but I think it is also a skill and something to be proud of, because when you go the other direction, it's not a fun life. It's being scared and being worried, and it's, yeah. So, Regina. It says, Regina, she who instigates, wants someone to run so she can give chase. Yeah, that's kind of what that picture looks like. Like, she looks like she's given the face of, yeah, what? Do it. Hit me. Horns sprout from her brow, showing her will. She confronts any and all who stand in her way. Her serpent companion coils gently about her neck, ready for the hunt. Here is a woman who has been called a non-cooperator. Cooperator. Woo. An agent provocator and a rabble-rouser. Her go-to methods are instigation and button pushing, which might also be why people see you as the Page of Cups. Because I think you might not take shit from people, and when you try to call them out on it and they try to back off, you're like, no, no, no. Come on. You said it, face it. Where some see a troublemaker, others see a necessary firebrand. Even the flowers in her hair are flaming orange, yellow, and red. Nugina is the one who will spark others to act. This card urges you to step up to the challenge. Put yourself in the role of the leader instead of the follower. Radical ideas need a ringleader. Be aware of your personal power right now. You have the gift of inciting others to step out of their own complacent lives. Are you ready to be that person? Yeah, that is it. I think that's also what this can be about too. It's like you are good at counseling other people, and I think in doing that you also tell them, like, I'm happy to help you and I will tell you anything you need, give you, help for it. And then I will show you how to never let this happen again. I'll show you how to not need someone like me to help you, like how to stand on your own feet again. Kitty. Keep going, Goober. And yeah, and again, that's good. It tells you right there your gift. You're good with all of that. I was gonna do another one, but I think you got plenty, and that is the reading I've got for you, Group 2. So, I lost my words. I will link that video in the description by your group. I'll probably look for a lyric video so that it's just easier for maybe people that need to see and read the lyrics too. I'll have that for you. And yeah, if any of this resonated with you, let me know in the comments or give the video a like. You can subscribe if you want to see any more readings from me in the future. And hopefully I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye. Hello, Group 3. You are here. If you picked... Oh no, I dropped it. If you picked this purple and dark... I want to say black, but it's not really... Just, a little purpley pink speckled gemstone here. Down for you. Here. Alright, and you're here for this reading where we will be looking at who people think you are, like who you are perceived to be, like how you come off to people, like first impression type of things, or how people judge you to be versus who you really are, like what kind of person you are when you're alone, when the doors are closed, when other people aren't around to judge you. Plus, we are going to be looking at hidden talents and abilities that you have that maybe don't get appreciated by you or others as much as they should. Okay, so first we're looking at, with this first tarot deck I'm shuffling, we're going to be looking at how others perceive you, how you come off to other people, what people would say about you when asked by a stranger, basically. You'd be like, hey, you saw that person once, right? What are they like? Who are they? This is kind of what they would say about you, basically. One more card. Group 3. Group 3. Who are Group 3? Who do people think they are? Who do you think you are? Okay. So. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Alright, first card from the first deck here is Strength. Strength card. And then we have the Three of Swords. We have Judgment. And we have the Moon. Alright, just try to clean those up a little bit. Alright, so what I'm getting from this is I think people find you to be a little mysterious, Group 3. I think they see you as somebody who I think they feel like you're kind of a loner type of person. Like I see you from their eyes as being kind of off on your own, doing your own thing. With the Moon card, I think is why you have some like mystery around you. I think people want to know more about you or get to know you more, but you seem kind of, I don't want to say unapproachable because I don't mean that in a negative way, but unapproachable in a way where people are just like, I don't really know what that person's about, so I'm gonna kind of just hold back a second. I feel like maybe some people are kind of intimidated by how you come off. Because with the Strength and the Judgment, they might see you as somebody who might come off as a little harsh or very like serious and straightforward, and then you also keep to yourself, so a lot of people don't really know you that well, so even if they ask other people, they're like, hey, what's up with them? They'll just be like, I don't really know, man, I barely see them, and whenever I do, they're just working, they're busy, I just leave them alone. Like, I think they feel like maybe sometimes you might come off as feeling like, seeming like you're above other people with that Judgment card. But also I think there's an air of, with the mystery of the Moon, I think there's also an air of sadness around you that maybe some people are put off by. With that Three of Swords in there, make me think maybe you might, they don't see you as like a happy, cheerful person that wants people to come up and talk to them, which maybe you don't. It's fair enough. Like you seem like a strong loner type person that has a bit of like sadness and mystery to them. Just like you would get a table at a coffee shop or a restaurant to yourself and, you know, just be there like reading a book and paying no mind to anyone else around you, and people look at you and kind of be like, huh, okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with doing that at all, but some people see that as strange or as like off-putting for some reason, because they're like, why'd you come out here if you weren't going to be social? And you're like, I just want to read my book, I want to hang out, like, leave me alone. That is the kind of vibe I feel like other people see you for. That's what you're kind of giving off from what I can see. I'm gonna start shuffling your next tarot deck here for what you actually are. You know, who you are underneath that, who you are when nobody's looking, what's really going on, you know, with you. Group 3. Who are they? Oh, now I know I feel weird. I didn't put my music back on. God, I was just thinking it's so quiet in here. Okay, hold on one second. Get my music back on. Oh, no. Deep down. Group 3. Who are they? Who's that person reading the book? Am I keeping these? Okay. You're gonna have an extra one, but that's okay. Okay. That's funny. Okay. So, first card of this deck, we have the King of Wands. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. And then we have the Moon. And we have Judgment. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. So, group 3. I think people's judgment on you, your perceived self, is not too far off from reality. You might have been listening to me talking about that row and being like, yeah, that's who I am. Because I do think it's very spot on. I think the sadness that people might be kind of picking up on might just be because you're not like a bubbly type personality. You know, I know as a woman myself, I have a problem with, resting bitch face. That other people might be able to relate to as well, where it's like, if you're not actively trying to smile, your resting face isn't smiling either. So people have told me before that I seem like I'm always just busy and unapproachable and they don't want to come up to me. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm just doing stuff. Like, what? Nothing wrong with me. I don't what? No, just because I wasn't smiling at you? Like, it's fine. So that might be what it is for some of you. You might just be doing your thing and, you weren't looking for company, but if somebody wanted to ask you something or a friend was walking by, they're more than welcome to come join you, but they might not because you seem like you're busy. You're doing something, I'll leave you alone. Like, I'm just sitting here. Okay. I think that's part of it. And with this King of Wands, I feel like complements strength very well. I think you are very intuitive and judgmental in a way that's not negative, but like you are a decision maker and a doer type person, kind of is what I'm feeling, who also has like a strong intuition that they use to make their decisions and move forward. With that King of Wands, I think you do move forward, with your plans pretty easily and well. But with the Queen of Pentacles plus the Moon, I think you are also very kind about it. People might not immediately think of you as like, oh, sweetie, but you do care about people. You are trying to help or, do good. You just don't always have to have a smile plastered on your face while you are doing it the whole time, or, just fit that, because some people just don't understand the way you come off, but they don't need to, Then we have this Ten of Pentacles in here that tells me that you're pretty successful in what you're doing. I'm sorry, I have to move these just a little bit. It's driving me nuts. Oh God. Yeah, you've got that drive of the King of Wands and the strength, and you got the Ten of Pentacles for it. And you're the Queen of Pentacles. So, I mean, I think the reason you go off in this image I was seeing, you're off on your own at a little table by yourself at like a public restaurant or cafe or something, reading a book or on your laptop is because you have some time to hang out for a minute, because I feel like you're kind of a busy worker and you're like, I have 20 minutes to do whatever I want, so I'm in here catching up on a book I wanted to read, or maybe you're just checking emails or something on your laptop while you're just having a minute to yourself. And people are looking at that moment of you and being like, oh, they're too good for us. So that's why it's like this row is based off of bits. They don't see all of you. Although they get a pretty good impression. Because you seem like this is what it is. You know, I'm not trying to hide anything. I'm not trying to fake anything. Like, I am who I am. You know, and I'm going to get stuff done. So I don't understand the problem. Oh, that's fun. Okay. So there's that part of the reading. Now I'm going to start shuffling up your oracle cards, and we're going to look at hidden talents and abilities, things that other people and maybe even yourself don't appreciate about who you are, just to give you some positive feedback on who you are. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Okay. So the first card of this, we've got number 32, the Clown of Crossroads. And we've got number 15, White Duchess. Alright, so let me look at those real quick. So with the White Duchess, it says, this card appears when you're in the midst of a significant life transition. You may be aware of it, or it may come as a surprise, but her appearance indicates it's time to let go of the past, even if that means going through a phase of not really knowing who you are or where you are headed. She will guide you through the transition towards a future completely free from past influences, unfettered by issues that trapped you in times gone by. So that could be a message for you, but also if I'm to be pulling a hidden talent or ability for you out of that, I would say that you are a person that is very good at doing that, who doesn't have a hard time letting go of the past and moving forward. Like, maybe transition and change for you is second nature. Maybe it's not hard for you to let go or to move on and move forward. You can look back and just be like, yep, that was a thing and now it's not, and I'm better for it, and we're moving on. That's why I'm saying these are things that you may not see as talents, and maybe generally people don't call that a talent, but I think it is. It is a talent to be able to just let the past be the past and move yourself forward and be like, hey, this is what needed to happen, and I'm glad I'm here. So I think that is something that is a talent of yours, group 3. And the Clown of Crossroads is similar, because Crossroads, it's about, you know, this is more of a making a choice or a decision, and this one is just like the decision has been made and the change is coming. But the Clown of Crossroads is about decisions, and yeah, I mean, I feel like they're just, this has happened in every reading. I use these cards in every reading, and they always do this, where the two of them like complement each other and kind of say the same thing. Because this is, you know, the moving forward and leaving the past behind, and the Clown of Crossroads is making the choice to bring on that life change and not worrying about being perceived as a clown for making that decision, because some people are going to think it's stupid or not worth it, or, you know, oh, it's dumb, why wouldn't you do this instead? And you feel like a clown. But you have to make a choice when you come to a crossroads. You have to choose a path. So it's like, don't worry about being a clown to those people. You're gonna have to make a choice anyway. Go down what you want to do and leave it all behind you and move forward. So I think you're just confirming each other.
Okay, hi.
That is your ability. Maybe you don't have a super easy time making decisions, but once the decision is made, I think you are very good at committing to it. You're good at committing to that decision and letting the past go and moving forward into what's ahead and not regretting it. Kitty, what? She's just staring at me. Just drink your water, kitty. Don't worry about me. Alright. Hidden talents, abilities of group 3. What positive talents which help him about? I'm gonna lose the whole deck. Alright. Alright, so your cards, next ones I got here. Number 28 in this deck, Protest, Start a Revolution. And number 25, Mural, Be Your Own First Priority. So with Mural, Be Your Own First Priority, I think we can take it literally with the picture, with it being art or some artistic type of pastime that you like to do. Could be a hidden talent. You might be really good at that, and maybe you don't advertise it much, or you don't do it for anything other than the enjoyment of doing it. Or you could take it with being your own first priority. Maybe you are really good at remembering to take time for yourself, to give yourself time every day, no matter how little, you know, it might be, to remember that you got to take care of you first. You know, maybe you're really good at the self-care, and that's why you're chilling alone, doing whatever you want for 20 minutes out in public. Yeah, those are some things I get out of that one. And then with Protest, Start a Revolution, I think a talent there would be if you are a person who goes to protests or is there to, you know, supporting people who are trying to fight for, you know, basic human rights, things like that. People who are fighting, you know, to make good change in this world, you know, bring forth a lot of things that should have already been here. You know, that is a talent too. That is an ability to be able to go out and do that. Like when you see pictures from protests, whether they be, you know, like whatever they be about, you know, with women's rights or, you know, anything like that. And I'm not talking about kind of protests that are for horrible reasons. You know, I don't want to get into anything specific because it's not what this is all about. But if you are somebody who is in there standing, you know, for, you know, human rights to live and exist, or, you know, that people deserve better, and you're one of those people who can stand out there and fight for that and face that, you know, that is an ability and a talent. Or you could be somebody who's very talented in standing your ground for your rights, or, you know, in your beliefs. You know, that could also be a talent, I feel like. Okay. Yes. I got a couple more oracles here I'm gonna pull for you. Group 3. Hidden Leak. Okay. The next oracle card, we have this one. She Who Surprises. Briss, I believe would be how you say that name. Surprise, discovery, and revelation. Briss. Briss. She who surprises stands watching at her window. She is singing a song we can't hear, but the butterflies can. They are attracted to her nature as if she were a living representation of nectar. She is their butterfly queen who can direct them to the sweetest flowers. She oversees pollination of not only the flora, but of humankind as well. One of her favorite things is the unexpected discovery. It isn't only the surprise bringing Briss to her bringing her happiness, but the feeling of divinity that comes with the marvelous moment of revelation. This is also about, it says, expect the unlooked for moment. If you are receptive to fortuitous and unheralded insight, you stand a very good chance of finding the answers you need. You cannot expect a straightforward response. You have to look for things that reveal themselves through patterns. So that could also be a talent you have. Maybe you're very good at picking up on signs, or like repetition of numbers, or any kind of sign foretelling a big change or a big moment, or you maybe know things before they're gonna happen because of that. Like you'll see the signs and then be like, whoop, I know something's gonna happen here soon, I need to be ready. Or maybe you're able to figure it out before other people do. Maybe some people always need it spelled out for them, but you can get it through the hidden messages that not everybody can pick up on. I think that's what you have, like a perception with, which, if having the moon, that would make sense. I said earlier, you probably have very strong intuition, and that would confirm that ability, I think. Or at least, if not intuition exactly, just your ability to recognize the signs that are being shown, to kind of know when changes are happening or when big things are about to come around. Okay. These? Okay. Alright, your last two oracle cards. Okay. This is funny because I was trying to figure out what kind of reading to do earlier, and literally these were two of the cards that came out that made me do a reading like this. So that's funny to me. So we've got Night Song, Hidden Talents. So there's even some that you're still hiding that even I won't be uncovering here. And that's okay. People are entitled to their privacy. Maybe that's, you're just a very private person, and that's fair enough. And then we have Invisibility, which has authenticity written underneath it. And that card, I know, says, like, if people, you are who you are when nobody's watching. Where it's like if somebody was invisible in the room with you, it would be the only way they could see your authentic, true self, who you are when you're not being watched by anyone. So, and with yours matching so close, you seem to be a very authentic person. Like, you're not trying to hide who you are or what you're about. You might have some talents that you don't tell everyone about, but, that's okay. You keep something for yourself. That's totally fair. But you are also very authentic, which can also be an ability in itself. Some people can't let themselves be real with others. And I feel like you can. Very straightforward person, I think, that's very authentic. So, that is what I've got for you, group 3. Hopefully that resonated with you. You can let me know in the comments if you did or what you thought of this reading. And you can subscribe if you want to see any more readings from me in the future. And hopefully we'll see you in the next reading. Thank you for watching. Bye.